Hey everyone, talking about Cardinal by Zoologist. I love Zoologist. There's more full bottle worthy fragrances by Zoologist than any other fragrance house in my collection. Not that by any means I love all of them in terms of wearable scent, but I just love to see them come out with a new one and to run to check it out. When I saw the package get here with this in it from the mailroom, I literally gasped out loud and I was like, oh, yes! So Zoologist stand here, but I do try to always be very, very objective. What's the right one to say here? Like, I'm not just gonna, it's impossible to totally remove bias, but I'm definitely going to just be completely honest about it. So the notes in this are lemon, bergamot, mandarin, green leaves, rose, clary sage, leather, vanilla, oak moss, musk, and patchouli. I love the green leaves and citrus opening with this dark leather undertone. Pairs so nicely. Just everything is like perfectly in balance with that. There is a slight like masculine designer cologne vibe at times. I think maybe from the clary sage. And at first I thought maybe I was imagining it, but I looked at Fragrantica reviews and other people have said the same thing. It doesn't stick around though to me, and it's more just like you're wearing a masculine designer cologne while sitting under a tree in like a nature-y area with lots of plants around you. So it's not just that it smells like that generic, but there is a part of it where I'm just like, oh wait, what is that? As it progresses, a slightly bitter earthy green sticks around between the realistic green leaves, which yeah, totally realistic, and the darker oak moss and patchouli. But it works so well with the way the vanilla is done here, because normally the oak moss and patchouli mix is not something I like at all, but the sweetness that it adds balances it just enough that it makes it it combines into something fresh and emphasizes that side of it instead of just being like dour or pungent. Yeah, and also the citrus is done in a very like bright, sweet, fresh way here, so there isn't too much like bitterness from the citrus, which I feel wouldn't have gone as well with kind of the bitter green, because it would just either go for like, eau de cologne, neroli style scent, otherwise, yeah, could have been an overdose of bitter. By the time it's reached the dry down, it feels like more of like a classic chypre type of scent, but not at all dated or anything, but with more sweet freshness and more modern than that. I can't even use the word chypre without sounding pretentious, because I feel like it took me like literally thousands of fragrances before I was kind of like, okay, so that's what a chypre is, because people will be like, oh, that just means it has citrus in the opening and oak moss in the base, but people call it that when it doesn't and all this stuff. But if you are familiar with chypres, yeah, it definitely has some of that like kind of clean oak moss sort of base, but again, modernized version of that. So yeah, overall, that's kind of what I would say. It is like a modernized version of sort of a classic citrus to green scent profile. Leans masculine to my nose, and goes for $175 for a 60 ml. Great bottle, cool design based on, yeah, the animal, the cardinal. Moderate longevity and projection. And this isn't one of the Zoologist ones that's so freaky and weird that like, oh, you have to go check it out just for the interesting factor, which a lot of theirs are, but some aren't. And some of my favorites aren't like that. Like Cow Zoologist gets a lot of critique for not being weird enough, and I love that one. But it is, I do think it's good. I think it is actually relatively unique in the sense that there's nothing I can think of that smells exactly like this. Like, it's not like it's mind-blowingly unique in a weird way or something, but just like, okay, yeah, that does have a place in the fragrance world. It's not just like, okay, another one of these or whatever. So yeah, I think if you like citrus and you like green leaves type of vibes, absolutely worth checking out. And I will link in the description where you can get a bottle or sample. As of right now, I think that's mainly on the Zoologist site, and they're also a great company to support. Very cool founder, Victor Wong, and yeah, just they never release anything, in my opinion, that's not high quality. So yeah, it's not like one of my favorite Zoologists, but I do like it, and I do think that it's worth checking out if you like these type of notes. And yeah, if you've tried it, let me know what you think.